Hey guys, Jeremy Lafrentz, Backstage Entertainment, standing here at the waiting room in Omaha, Nebraska. None other than Jillette Johnson. Jillette, what's going on?
Oh, just hanging out.
You are just hanging out. You're just eating.
Just
right?
eating, yeah. Eating some mediocre Chinese food. Yeah.
You guys hit a lot of places, you know, on the road, eating and everything.
Yeah.
You have a favorite place? I mean, yeah, like you said, you probably have a mediocre meal tonight, but.
Yeah. There's some really great restaurants around the country, and it can be surprising. Like, there's this place in Asheville, North Carolina, called the Sunny Point Cafe, and it's amazing food. So we managed to find little gems in lots of random towns.
Yeah, it's nice traveling the country. You get to do that. You also probably find some holes in the wall that maybe aren't so great as well.
Oh yeah, no, we've experienced that too. Yeah. But I can usually tell, and I try to avoid it because, you know, we just have such crazy hours, and we work every day and every night that we have to be pretty careful with how we take care of ourselves, you know.
Exactly. We just had William Beckett in an interview, the last night on the tour with him, but then tomorrow you have some pretty exciting news because you go on tour with Chris Allen.
Yeah, I'm going back on tour with Chris for a couple of weeks. Chris and I toured together for about, I think it was 2 months this winter. Okay. So it'll be great to see old friends and just stay on the road.
That should be a pretty cool tour. So,
totally.
But yeah, William said you guys have been having a great time on this tour. Last night, is there any maybe pranks you think you guys are going to pull on each other?
Man, see, did he say something?
I'm not. Because you have to watch our interview, which will be posted in a couple days.
Damn it. I mean, I get really nervous about that shit because I can come up with things, but then when it comes time to actually doing it, I just feel bad. Like, I don't want to do anything mean, but then it's not really funny if it doesn't throw them off. Right. And then I just get really nervous that they're going to get me back. So I just kind of want to get drunk.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's totally cool.
Can the prank be that, like, we both get a little drunk? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, too bad we can't see how that night will pan out. But,
oh, you guys should stay. Well, come on.
Try.
Yeah.
Currently, you guys have an EP out, yourself, Whiskey and Frosting. Kind of the inspiration with those songs that you've put out with this EP. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the way that I write songs it's a very intimate process. I write them alone, and I write them usually in my apartment in New York City. So Whiskey and Frosting is a collection of songs that I wrote, I guess, over the past 1.5 or 2 years. You know, they're just some in the hundreds of songs that I've written in that time span. But they're incredibly emotional songs about things that I deal with every day, and you know, things that I think about and things I want to say. Okay,
good. Well, yeah, nice life experiences and stuff too, I'm sure lead into that. The debut album, though, is going to be coming out June 25th, Water and a Whale. And I guess leading up to that, since you know the release date and everything, what do you kind of do besides touring and everything, what do you do to lead up to an album release? Well,
touring is definitely a big part of it. Yeah. I'm shooting a video for the song that we're pushing, which is Cameron. Cameron's a song about a little boy who is transgendered. So that video is really important, and I think that it will have a lot to do with what press we're going to go after. So definitely visiting radio stations and talking to all sorts of press outlets like you guys, and just trying to engage fans and get new fans as much as possible.
Talking about videos, Pauvre Core. I got it right, didn't I?
Yeah, you got it right.
Awesome. I had to ask her. I won't lie to the fans. I asked her beforehand how to say that.
He's one in every single person.
Exactly. You were saying that you get that, you know, I mean, and I asked you, did you ever think about naming it something simple?
There was a moment when some people who are around me wanted me to name it Poor Heart, which is the English translation. But I don't know. I always wanted it to be Pauvre Core. It's the big moment in the song. And I also think that I kind of like that people don't know how to pronounce it because I think it makes it stand out a little bit.
Right. Jill, that's one song. What is that again? I don't know. Is it Pauvre Cover?
Yeah.
Something like that.
The Yiddish one.
That's right.
It's in French, but people, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a very, I'd say, a deep and insightful song.
Thanks.
And you could tell in the video that you put, some work into that as well and told a story. I guess, what was the coolest thing about making that video to the song?
That video was a lot of work. We shot that video over the span of, I don't know, it took like weeks, because we were shooting in all these different locations around New York, and it was me and my friend Kyle Thrash, who's the director, and it was just the two of us, with the exception of the scene where I'm sitting at the piano. And it was really fun because we got to hang out, and we got to know each other a lot better, but it was really exhausting, the whole thing.
Was it? And I mean, because people haven't seen it yet. I mean, I watched it, and you kind of are in very nice dress attire, I would say. And there's one scene where you have your back to the camera, and
so you're not talking about when I'm actually in the dress. You're talking about when I'm like naked.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's go that route.
Okay. Yeah.
What was your decision in doing that? I mean, because were you scared at all doing that, or was it just a message you wanted to send that you think would really stand out in the video?
That was Kyle's idea, and Kyle and I really trust each other. He's a good friend of mine, and he told me to do it. and I did have a moment where I was trying to imagine if this was going to be something I was uncomfortable with, because I mean, I'm very comfortable with myself. I don't necessarily like to be vulgar and too exposed, but the song is really, it's an honest portrayal of a relationship. So I think that the video manages to do that, because you see me in very vulnerable situations.
Right. Yeah, and like I said too, the video, it's very insightful and very deep. So definitely check out the video. There are some parts you will like, especially if you're a guy.
Is this like a male,
No,
dominant?
Actually, honestly, I think our key demographics, and you guys comment on the video. What's your demographic? Who are you watching this? But I think we actually have more females, like 18 to 24.
Okay, cool.
So you're right in that demographic, right?
I am. I'm right there.
Yeah, exactly. But we do have some outside of that, so we tailored everybody. So, and it's not very often we get to talk about stuff like that in our interviews, because a lot of the bands, are guys, and
if they get naked, you don't care.
No, and that's happened in our interviews before too.
They get naked in the interview.
We've had one interview. A guy came in. We were doing here actually, and the guy come in. We were actually in the bathroom because somebody was doing sound checks. We trying to get in a quiet area. And the guy just came in and started peeing during an interview, and then one come in, dropped his pants, started doing a dance, and
waving it around.
There is something special about being a band guy. There's just there's a certain level of, I've been in the van for too long with so many people around me that I don't care anymore. Thankfully, I'm still not quite at that level. I won't just.
It's gotta be different. It's gotta be different for a girl.
It's a little different.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll move on. Okay. I saw in an interview you actually talked about you had an audition for The Voice, which you didn't actually know about, and you turned it down, kind of. Talk about that process, and maybe do you regret doing that, or what was your decision behind that?
I definitely don't regret what I did. It was an interesting experience to audition for that kind of a show, because it's definitely its own bizarre thing. There's so many people and so much pressure, and camera guys everywhere asking you questions, trying to get you excited about it. And I remember after a bunch of my auditions, I was doing an on-camera thing, and the camera guy was trying to get me to give him something, like a sound bite.
Okay.
So he was like, is this the most important thing you've ever done? How excited are you for it? And meanwhile, I'm kind of how do I back out of this shit? So I really, from day one, it was a gut thing for me. I really love being able to play shows around the country and write songs every day and have people around me that support my vision. And, it's definitely a wonderful opportunity to be in front of so many people. I don't take that for granted, and I certainly don't think that people who do it are doing the wrong thing. I think it's a path that can work for for certainly a number of artists. For me, though, it's not really my thing.
Yeah. So you experienced it, and you wanted to...
Yeah, and I didn't get to the point where I was, like, kept in a hotel room without any, like, outside exposure or contact, so that was good. Yeah.
The biggest thing, you don't regret it, though, right?
Definitely don't regret it, yeah.
Okay, great. A lot of people out there, I mean, bands and everything, everybody has haters and everything. Have you, I mean, you're kind of early in the career so far, but have you been subjected to a lot of negativity yet on anything, any of your work?
You know, generally people have been incredibly kind to me, and I'm so grateful to that. I think that I'm starting to build a fan base of music lovers and really empathetic people, and what comes along with that is just people who want to be part of it, and they're excited, and they're sweet people. So I'm very lucky for that. Every now and then you have like that random YouTube viewer or person, yeah, or person who just like stumbles on something that you've done, and they have they don't care at all. They just want to be mean. And, you know, yeah, it stings a little, but I don't really care anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you got to use it as, you know, a positive thing. I mean, just brush it off your shoulder and move on is really...
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the ratio between people who really love what you do and who are educated on what you do, compared to people who just have no concept of what's going on, and then they jump in and say something stupid. It's like, it's not
who has time for that too? It's like, I'm gonna go just hate on pages today.
Well, that's the thing. The people who have time for it generally are a special type of breed, I think.
Yes, special. We'll say that. Yeah. All right, you ready to have some fun here?
Yeah, I'm already having fun.
Exactly. I will continue with the fun.
Okay.
All right. BSC box. Fans know this. They've submitted questions, liked our Facebook page. You guys can do the same. If you like our Facebook page, you can get your own questions in here. And we'll have Jillette do some... Jillette, by the way, do you ever get the deodorant kind of reference?
I encourage it.
You do?
Well, I say like the razor.
Okay, like the razor.
Because I think that... it just helps people remember my name, and I tell people it's Jillette like the razor, but with a J, the best a man can get with a J.
Dang,
so I get
a good line.
Yeah,
is that your slogan?
I get like a little smooth about it. You know, it's. I think you have to embrace those things. Honestly, getting like upset about it only encourages people to be more zealous.
Then that's when the haters really come out of the woodwork.
Totally.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna draw a question, which you can do one. Now, we'll read it, and then you have to pick a number 1 through 55, and you have to act out an action while you do the question.
Oh.
You got it?
Okay.
Okay, so well, I'll take you step by step here.
Okay. What's something you've always wanted to do?
Okay, so while you're thinking about your answer, let's do a number. You pick a number 1 through 55.
27.
27. You are distracted by your phone. So you answer that question as you're distracted by your phone. Which, yeah, you can grab it quick. But you made sure it was on silent for the interview.
I know. Do you want me to, like, text somebody? Or
That's it. Whatever. You're distracted.
Okay. So something I've always wanted to do, but I think that I'm way too scared to actually do it, is skydive. And,
Excuse me, you're in an interview. What are you doing?
See, that's not cool. I mean, I'm just looking at my Instagram. It's really boring. I've always wanted to skydive, and...
You should Instagram right now while we're doing the interview.
I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Let's everybody take a photo.
Well, you're not going to be...
All right, fine. We'll be in the photo together.
All right. We're Instagramming, guys.
It's fine. Relax. Okay. So... Yeah, but now I really have to do something. No, I'm going to Instagram this after. We're going to do this after.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get back to the interview. Okay. So that was good.
That was good. Okay.
So you do an action like that as you answer the question.
Cool.
So you tell us when to stop, because we're invading your time right now. So you tell us when.
Okay.
So you're like scared. I don't want to do this.
No, I'm down. I can do it.
Okay.
What's the craziest thing a fan has asked you to sign?
We should get a good answer out of this one. All right, so 1 through 55 again?
32.
Out of breath.
I've had to sign a lot of breasts.
You serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Both male and female.
Male or female?
Both male and actually more male than female, but yeah, there was actually one night when that was like the only thing that I was signing. I don't know. I don't know why.
Have you ever turned anything down that it was so creepy that you're like, no, I don't really want to?
Okay, yeah, this is like lewd, but you said I could say whatever I want.
Yeah,
so,
I don't care.
So I was in Florida, and this guy came up to me, and he was like, hey, you were really good. Could you sign my poster for me? And then also, could you like do something that makes my girlfriend jealous? Because she's standing right over there. And like, I just about came in my pants when you started singing. And she's being a really big bitch. So it was, the signing part wasn't what was uncomfortable for me. It was more the, let's do something that she wouldn't like. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then I signed on his poster, thanks for coming, and he didn't get it.
You should have pulled his pants down.
I should have done that. It was an all ages show though.
You gotta be careful.
So,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah. So, well, and kind of going back to that, I mean, we were talking to William because he was kind of telling us tour stories, and he said that, what was it, last night you guys had a guy that was in a tap-out shirt come up to you and stuff, and do you get that a lot of times, the guys that'll come up and hit on you and stuff?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I do have a bit of that, but I think guys have it worse. Because I think there's something about being a woman and on stage that gives you a little more power, and it can be intimidating for some reason. And like, all of their confidence is totally shot. So they kind of don't have that like just creepy dude thing unless they're really, really, really creepy. But I think that first there's that fangirl thing that happens with guys, and they're just like, oh, whatever, I just want to like hug you and kiss you and marry you. And like, guys don't do that, you know. Yeah. They're just thinking gross things.
That's, yeah, I'll say you're right. But yeah, you get that a lot, I'm sure. I mean, it happens, but yes, it's
but there's a level of
I think it is, like, you're right, it's easier for a girl to go up to a guy in a band and be all kind of, you know, hey, I love you kind of thing.
Right. Because also guys don't want to be called creepy.
Right.
So unless you're just incredibly unaware, I think like guys are more, I don't know.
Well, and that's why, I mean, that question I asked you about your video, it's like, how do I propose this in a light that I'm not?
Way.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you didn't.
And I'm gonna probably get comments on the video. God, this guy's weird. He's asking all this crap.
It's fine.
Yeah. Exactly. And don't worry.
I'm really fine. I'm not concerned.
I probably won't have my wife watch this interview, but hey.
She can watch it. It's fine.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you? Oh yeah.
I told you. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay. So maybe this is the last one then.
Yeah, you're getting scared away here, I think. We're creeping you out.
You are not creeping me out. Okay.
We can.
See, now this really is my last question.
Yes.
Okay. Where is your favorite and least favorite place to play on tour? Okay. Okay.
Okay. You want to pick a number?
19.
Okay, you read it.
Doesn't care about anything.
Or if you want, I'm giving you the choice. You can look at the list and do one that you really want to do.
Okay, I'm going to sing it.
You're going to sing? Wow,
Yeah.
just before showtime. That's awesome.
I am.
We get these lead singers in interview, and they pick that one. Like, oh, no, I'm too close to showtime. Or, you know, I've warmed up. Okay.
Okay, I really love playing in San Francisco because I was born there. And for some reason, people remember me there, even though I moved when I was 9. But the last few shows that I've played there have been really amazing. And that's why I love playing in San Francisco. And they have really, really good food. But I think my least favorite show I ever played was in DeKalb, Illinois recently. And nothing against DeKalb, Illinois, because I'm sure you're a really awesome town. But I was freezing my balls off.
Your balls off?
I don't have balls. It's just an expression.
Then I would have been really creepy during this interview.
Yeah. There.
That was good. I'm glad you did that, because when people get to singing, they never do it. So
I mean, I wasn't like really singing. I was like,
well, more than what other people would do.
Okay.
So. Anything you want to touch on? Last message for the fans? What you want them to know? Maybe where to check you out? You lead them.
So I'm all over the internet. I'm on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and my website is JilletteJohnson.com. So come check me out and watch all the photos that I post, because I do Instagram a lot. And my album comes out June 25th. It's called Water in a Whale. I hope everybody enjoys it.
There you guys go. Once again, Jillette Johnson. Hopefully we haven't creeped her out too bad during the interview.
Well, the more that you say it,
I know,
the more that
I'm
it becomes
trying to,
like a thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the creepy interview. So.
Well, it's not creepy. No. I'm fine. I'm just going to go eat my Chinese food and just like,
Yeah.
It's cool.
Awkward. Hey everyone, make sure to like Backstage Entertainment on Facebook to see our photos, to enter yourself into contests for autographed prizes, and other news. Also, make sure to click the subscribe button on YouTube to check out the rest of our videos. And you can find us on Twitter to get updates about what we're doing. For Backstage Entertainment, this is Jeremy Lafrentz.